Tour Edge Golf continues to elevate the ever-competitive golf equipment world, thanks in part to fresh engineers, getting their clubs in some of the greatest players to ever play, and founder David Glod's perseverance. Now they are one of the top manufacturers in the game.
For years, Tour Edge was known primarily as a company producing dynamic metal woods. While they still make an arsenal of woods, drivers, and all other clubs, it's their new irons that are making people take notice.
Hearing really good reviews behind me of all the guys hitting the irons here. What makes it different this year, and you know, why is it so darn good?
Yeah, so we really focused on irons this last couple of years in R&D. We hired a new crew as well, who are iron designers, and that's what they do. So we have two really good irons right now in that 721 series. The C, which is a hollow iron, but a little bit for the better player, medium better player. C is for competition, and then the E, 721, is extreme. So that's gonna be your distance iron, a deep cavity back, undercut sole, a little bit wider sole, strong lofts, and they both feature our VibraCore technology, which is really, for all intents and purposes, a real lightweight rubber material that's in two places within the body of these heads. And it helps dampen the vibration and actually increases the speed as well.
These irons are also making a solid splash on the PGA Tour Champions, led by two-time major winner John Daly.
He was the first one to put the C721 irons into play, and since then I think he's been responsible for at least two other guys putting them into play as far as introducing them to them. And we've had three other guys, so 5 different players are choosing that new player's distance iron we have. So it's gangbusters out there right now.
Also in 2021, these Tour Edge clubs produce an all-important, impressive sound and impact.
We hear the guys hitting it behind us right now. It sounds amazing. I know that's important to players. I know that's important to tour players, but how important is that to you? And then how do you make it sound that good?
Yeah, so in our CAD software now, we have this FEA technology. We can basically, just through the CAD model, and there's a lot of work that goes behind it, but we can output a head and we can tell what it's gonna sound like, and we can tell what it's gonna hit like on the CAD's, on the computer screen. So it's just really advanced technology.
To say David Glod and his company has come a long way is an understatement. In 1986, the dream began making clubs in his suburban Chicago garage. These days, he's still not afraid to get his hands dirty working in the factory or listening to world-class players on the Champions Tour, developing the best clubs possible.
The driver looks amazing when you set it down. The top line of the irons look great when you set it down. That has to be part of the process as well when you're developing new technology, correct?
Yeah, huge emphasis on R&D. David Glod is still our master club designer. He's the one at the helm. We're using this robot that we have in-house that we call TED. It stands for Tour Edge Development. TED has been a huge part of just, we have that robot going all day long. We're looking at all the different shafts. So we're very, very committed to R&D and staying up with the big boys and then undercutting them with price. So you can get the same performance or better for half the price pretty much with everything we make.
Recently, one of our staff got fit at the Tour Edge facility in Batavia, and within 48 hours, the clubs were delivered, and it was on a Sunday.